Talking about that Birdman, boy. Trying to get them old wings. I ain't worried about no cocoon, you know what I'm saying? Like a Birdman, flying high in the flow, hit it high on the cushion, drop it down really low. Like a Birdman, I try to fly out the way, but I ride inside when they made their mistake. Like a Birdman, you can call me Tanner Thoughts, and in a minute I can win it when you slip up on the corner. Like a Birdman, if you don't like the results, I'll show you both of my birdies like I end a round of golf. What's the Birdman? What's the name? Lincoln Park Blood, Blue Candy Paint. Trying to act tough, but no you ain't. Wishing, bitching all up in my victory lane, but hey I bounce and hey I roll. There's not just one, but many more. Cause we the Birdman, we buzz the bunny, and we don't try to suckle unless you're honey. Hey, where you at, girl, and what you need? Or do you wanna follow or be the lead? When caterpillars crawl and don't believe, so butterfly them all and spread your wings. Like a Birdman, flying high in the flow, hit it high on the cushion, drop it down really low. Like a Birdman, I try to fly out the way, but I ride inside when they made their mistake. Like a Birdman, you can call me Tanner Thoughts, and in a minute I can win it when you slip up on the corner. Like a Birdman, if you don't like the results, I'll show you both of my birdies like I end a round of golf. Like a Birdman, flying high in the flow, hit it high on the cushion, drop it down really low. Like a Birdman, I try to fly out the way, but I ride inside when they made their mistake. Like a Birdman, you can call me Tanner Thoughts, and in a minute I can win it when you slip up on the corner. Like a Birdman, if you don't like the results, I'll show you both of my birdies like I end a round of golf. Like Carson Macedo, and they growl about it. Lonely like old bro Joe. Cartel gonna care for me, not you, cause I'm the CEO. I'm here to fight, looking to sink with my torpedo. I'm just a lap car trying to survive, running in the back, fearing my life. Cause there's a black 2041 guy adding to the junk in the field with some white on white crimes. Or is it 99 maybe? I don't give a damn, but the bank statement's lately adding up through the junk that the crazy man's making. Reckon her, reckon him, non-binary maybe, who knows? If I don't like him, I slide him like Carson Macedo, and they can growl about it. Lonely like old bro Joe. Cartel gonna care for me, not you, cause I'm the CEO. I'm here to fight, looking to sink with my torpedoes. Carson Macedo. And I don't know where we go from here and what we think about it, but it seems to me you gotta be about it. Time for talk and speak comes across as weak, especially when dotting I's and crossing T's. It seems to be what they all want and what they need, and then you'll go, oh, oh no, just like them cars. Down one he goes, and they get to finally feel like Carson Macedo. If I don't like him, I slide him like Carson Macedo, and they can growl about it. Lonely like old bro Joe. Cartel gonna care for me, not you, cause I'm the CEO. I'm here to fight, looking to sink with my torpedoes. Carson Macedo. Trying to get them old wings. I ain't worried about no cocoon, you know what I'm saying? Like a Birdman, flying high in the flow, hit it high on the cushion, drop it down really low. Like a Birdman, I try to fly out the way, but I ride inside. taking the Birdman down. I don't know if we're going to get in trouble. We have barricaded ourselves into the hotel room, ladies and gentlemen. We are barricaded. I don't care. They could come through the door. We got it locked. But we are here tonight, night after FS1 at Eagle, here at the hotel room. And we're doing it. We're doing it. There's been a lot of special things happen in hotel rooms, and not the ways that y'all are thinking. Definitely not the ways y'all are thinking. This is how we do, made in a hotel room. Some of the best pieces we've done, made in a hotel room. Drinking overpriced beer because somebody sent us a beer bill, happening in a hotel room. Putting that beer into a high limit koozie, happening in a hotel room. But anyways, we are here tonight. We were convinced to go live tonight. So many people have been wanting us to go live. The single style show, I guess they enjoy the Cody shows, but some people are saying they're boring. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that. I think it's not true, personally. I think it's definitely not true. We are here. Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, no. We already got the chatters going. We already have the chatters. The chatters in the YouTube section. Where are you at? Oh, come on. Why is this happening? Where's my chat capture? Come on now. I don't know why this isn't working properly. Hold on. We're fixing it. There we go. Chaz, how did I miss you yesterday? Oh, that's right. You weren't in the pits with the big dogs. I have a feeling like you didn't miss me. I have a feeling you know exactly where we were. You know exactly where you were as well. And you're from Nebraska. Obviously, that's an issue. You're from Nebraska. There's not too many good things over here. There's really not. But, however, we do have a few topics to talk about tonight. We were testing on if we could go live here in the hotel room. We are working on our own mobile unit, so it is working out, luckily. But we were trying to go live on Facebook. I know we've been doing lives on Facebook, but I wanted to make sure that we could actually get to the point where we could be live at least on YouTube and keep the connection going. And it looks like we are good there as far as keeping the connection going here on YouTube. So we are going to start the stream over here on Facebook. What's up, Chaz? Love your content and glad to see you active every day. Always giving me some good laughs. Keep up the good work. Haters going to hate. That is the way to think about it. I think that's a proper way of thinking about it, personally. I mean, oh, sorry, you are grayed out right now. We're trying to get the Facebook live feed going now that we kind of have clearance to do, I guess. So you are going to be a little gray here for just a second on your chats, because we're going to go ahead and fire up the Facebook live. Hopefully that doesn't detour the situation with y'all here on YouTube, but we'll see what happens, because we got some things to talk about tonight, because obviously there was some interesting comments being made across the motorsports domain. You did have the FS1 high limit race last night, which was broadcasted, and obviously Corey Day won. Is that good? Who is it good for? There's people talking to me in different ways about which was better and which was worse, and what was good and what was not, as far as that is concerned. Hold on just a second. We're almost back to the chat. Let's get some brewskis into the guzzard. Oh, no, that's a familiar taste, ladies and gentlemen. That is a familiar taste. I don't know if this is good or bad. We're trying to go live on Facebook. We'll see if it happens. Oh, my. And it looks like the frame rates are good. It looks like we're good. Oh, no. We do plan on having some interesting callers here tonight as well. PA loves the Chaz. Well, I mean, PA is kind of like a, we'll call it a toss-up.
I mean, I'm sure there's some that do, but we know for a fact there's some that don't. Do we care really about those that don't? You know, I've always had especially over the last few years, I've had a good saying that I don't really care if bad people don't like me, and most of the time, bad people don't. And that's fine. I like the fact that bad people don't like me. That means I got one less snake in the grass to worry about. So that's how I feel about it. Should we double dip on YouTube and Facebook to help your stats? No, I mean, you could. I don't know. Facebook's an interesting platform. It's kind of it's not really the best. How did that just happen? What why is the chat going away? Hold on, there we go. Anyways, interesting. Facebook is good, but it's bad. Facebook reaches the most people. YouTube, obviously, is the more monetary website. It's way hard, way harder or more hard, however you want to say it, to pull the views on YouTube as you can on Facebook. So, for instance, like, and people, honestly, maybe that's how we should just begin the show. People think, you're glamour. I had this guy come up the pits. How do you do it, Chaz? How do you do it? I was like, well, all my shit's in storage technically, and I'm homeless. So that's how we do it, first of all. But the views and everything really don't pay a lot. Um, the people to support that pays. I mean, but like, for instance, Facebook to YouTube. Facebook, I probably around the 3 to 5 million views a month. YouTube around the 200 to 400K a month view range. And really, I mean, sometimes we can hit it. Like, there was some months, last year, a couple months there where we were in the 15 million a month range. I know on YouTube it was in the 800K. Facebook was in like the 10 to 15 million range. That was for a couple months. But to give you an idea, the difference is like 3 million on Facebook pays about the same as YouTube at 150K. Like, it's very similar, and sometimes YouTube can actually pay more. That's the reality. And when we say pay more, we're talking like triple digits. We had quads a couple months last year, but that was like multiple. That was the 15 to 20 million month views. So it was a little. It's a little more difficult when you're in that realm. Like, you're sitting down. Let's see, Billy Baylog fill in on Sunday for a top five. Yeah, I mean, once again, back to the whole Tyler Courtney. I mean, how can y'all, say that's high limit supremacy? Simply because Tyler Courtney wins at Hobstadt. It should happen. Carson Short in the 17B Bill Baylog car gonna perform well, top five. It's you had Brady Bacon come from the back. I think he ran fourth. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. It's Hobstadt. It's just so different. Are you heading to Knoxville this weekend? Who is your pick to win Friday or Saturday? 50 plus car count. We are going to talk about that in the show here tonight. We are going to be talking about that. Not sure how much of the show we'll get into because there is some live callers that I really want to hit up here. I got to get into the phone call conversations. We got to get a little more wary into the situation, but I do look forward to some phone calls we got lined up here tonight because somebody's got something to say. Into the web, we will go ahead and briefly, I guess we'll call it, briefly recap the high limit Eagle event. Hold on just a second. My web page is acting up on me. Why is this happening? Okay. That's never happened before. Interesting. What's happening here? It's like we got a lock on the page or something. This is odd. Hold on, let's see here. That is like the king of trios there as far as issues. Anyway, maybe this was not the best idea to go live in a hotel. I do feel like I'm being watched, but it is a casino hotel probably. Corey Day did pick up the win at Eagle last night. We obviously had our issues in the grandstands with fans about a person picking Corey Day and David Gravel and tampons and everything of the sorts. There was some very interesting, fun content in the stands with the Supreme Leader's fan base. Of course, the Supreme Leader is Kyle Larson. High limit racing would not exist without Kyle Larson fans. That's how it is in existence. I mean, I'm not too sure if there's a Kyle Larson fan that is not a high limit fan. And I would say that is the number one reason as to why. But regardless, it was at Eagle Raceway. I thought it was amazing racing. Now, some people think that that is because High Limit puts on a better race. I think racetracks make a race a lot of the time. Drivers do make a difference. Obviously, like last night, for instance, there was good racing in the three, there was a few, back and forth for the lead, I guess. Sweet was there, Macedo was there trying out the Ford. I guess who cares about the outlaw image? We'll just try Fords. But Macedo was there, Sweet was there. Obviously, the Jason Myers 14 with Corey Day was there, ended up getting the win. But then behind him, it was a pretty good race, right? It was a good race 4 through 10 and even deeper in the field. But 4 through 10, there was a good competitive race within that realm of positions the entire race, not just there at the end. And honestly, the race for the lead could have been better if we would have got the lap traffic. It never got to lap traffic. I thought that was very unfortunate for the battle for the lead. It was kind of just like restart sliders, cowabunga sliders, as Cody would call it, that basically determined the finishing position at the front of the field. And that's a big reason as to why the battle from third on back was probably more entertaining, dirty air involved, things of the sort. But I also think this is where, and I know I started the year saying this at the high limit event in Vegas. I think this is where, if you threw in a David Gravel, if you threw in a Buddy Kofoid, if you threw in a Sheldon, a Schatz, a Schuhart, that's where the battle for the lead may have been a little more entertaining. When you got Corey Days, you got Kyle Larsons that pop in and out on this series, and now Brad Sweet as well. So you got two pop-in drivers that were right up there up front. You kind of need the roster of the Outlaws to be there, especially the top half, to really give these guys a challenge consistently. Once again, people have, for some reason, twisted my words like you people always do. That's what you always have done. You always have done. I've sat here for 3 shows, now 4, saying that, the roster with High Limit has really good drivers, but they're inconsistent when you compare them to the World Outlaw Sprint Car Series drivers. And that's just, in my opinion, a fact. So what I mean by that is like Rico, Reitzel, Thorson, heck, Justin Peck, throw it, Tyler Courtney. Any of these guys can win an outlaw race. They can win a Kings Royal, a Knoxville Nationals. But when it comes down to being there in the fray for the win every single night, I feel like Rico, I guess you could throw Rico in there as well. They're not there all the time. Where I feel like the Outlaw schedule has trained those guys I've listed off to always be there. Because you always have to be. So, for instance, like last night, Macedo, obviously, he was somewhat up at the front. He had a big mistake there mid-race that fell him all the way back to 10th. But when Macedo makes that mistake, which Macedo makes those mistakes, and this is why I still say that 41 car is better than Carson. I'm sure that offends Carson Macedo, and I'm sorry. I like you. It's fine. But I saw that 41 car go from David Gravel to Carson Macedo, who had won, 4 races in the Kyle Larson car, kind of there, kind of not. And all of a sudden, Carson Macedo looked like David Gravel. The 41 really didn't miss a beat there as far as performance and speed. And that showed me what that 41 can do way more than what Carson can. That's just my opinion when it comes to the drivers of the sport. I think there's about 3 or 4 other guys that could get in the 41 and not make those mistakes that we saw Carson make last night that he makes all the time. And that's why he's up there, because that 41's up there, and that's why he's third in all these other positions, third most of the time in the point standings, because he's making these mistakes. But with the World of Outlaws, when Carson Macedo makes a mistake, Gravel or Schatz or Kofoid or Schuhart don't. Or Sheldon. I mean, Sheldon, I would say Sheldon's a little more mistake prone. No offense, but Sheldon can also flash, you know. So I'm just saying, when one of them are a little off, so there's 3 or 4 ready to go with it. And they're there. And you need those guys in premier sprint car racing on the track when Corey Day and Kyle Larson and Brad Sweet are present. You need them to challenge them, because at that point, that's when it just becomes an expose, a showcase event for these guys and their abilities above everyone else. And that's really not good for sprint car racing when you say Corey Day or Kyle Larson, because NASCAR is where they're located. And in most people's mind, as much as y'all keep wanting to, not acknowledge it, NASCAR keeps pulling little kids out of sprint cars because they want the general society to view this shit as AAA, or probably less than AAA, because NASCAR and Dale Jr. just called the O'Reilly series and trucks AAA and single A. So they want this shit to be high school. This is where the kids learn how to drive. That's their selling point in the marketing world of the racing industry. We're going to get to that on how that's honestly true. So when you got Corey Days and Kyle Larson's coming in here, and in my opinion, trying to run with this NASCAR marketing scheme that they've been doing ever since Jeff Gordon. They've been doing this. This is why sprint cars aren't the 4th largest sport, or isn't the 4th largest motorsport in America, because that's what they used to be, according to Ralph Shaheen. Since they degraded it by doing this leveling system and placed this sport into that high school area, when you put these son of a bitches on FS1, you need to kick their fucking ass in front of everybody. You don't need them to go out there and beat them. And you sure as hell don't need them to go out there and beat them with Brad Sweet on the track, because that's the only real true outlaw credibility that the High Limit Series had when they first initially split. So to see how this works, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. When you just hear me say NASCAR takes these kids and brings them back, so when they win, it solidifies dominance or credibility to the NASCAR drivers that have been leveled up, like Day, like Larson, some of these others. That is the same thing that High Limit attempted or did do with Brad Sweet. They brought the 5-time champion over to the High Limit Series for the opening years so that it could add credibility to whatever the High Limit Series drivers did. If you beat Brad Sweet, the 5-time World Outlaw champion, then you're probably better than all the Outlaw guys. At least that's what y'all were selling, because he's the 5-time dominational driver. So it's the same kind of mental concept of relevance with result. Somebody's resume can make it look like you're doing more than you are. But once again, the dirt to NASCAR leveling system has no cadence. I mean, all you got to do is reference Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe's the example of how your local street stock driver who's winning can win a NASCAR Cup championship potentially. He's there. He was in the Final Four. That's a guy who won one race in the state of Indiana his entire career, I believe. I believe it was at Bloomington, and had thousands of starts. Well, hundreds. Not sure on the thousands, but he was there. So you could kill that with that segment, but they're not using Briscoe to show up. They're using Day and Larson and these people and putting that on FS1. That's why it's so important to beat these guys. But that's why it's also very important that you need the best in sprint car racing in the field so that they can't pull that shit off. Which is the negativity to this whole High Limit situation in a way, is because it is somewhat hindering what sprint car racing can represent. And this is what I wanted to say. Look at this. Just imagine a series. This is the point standings. Imagine a sprint car series, which is what we somewhat had. Like we talked with Cody, if you really take the blinders off, High Limit is the All Stars still, kind of. Imagine a national sprint car tour that was David Gravel, Carson Macedo, Buddy Kofoid, Sheldon Hodenschild, Donnie Schatz, Logan Schuchart, Garrett Williamson. We'll just stop right there. We named 7. Tanner Thorson, Aaron Reitzel, Gio Scelzi, Rico Abreu, Tyler Courtney, Kerry Matson, and Justin Peck. Imagine if that was your 14-car national tour. I mean, you think you got a show with High Limit right now. And the Outlaws think they got a show with Gravel, Macedo, Kofoid, and Sheldon and Schatz and all that stuff. Yeah, they do. But imagine if those were together. Because in reality, that's what you technically have. You have the All-Star Series with some sprinkles. You have the World of Outlaws that's somewhat diluted because it's missing the All-Star graduates. These would be All-Star graduates into the World of Outlaws Series. That's what would be happening here. You'd have that national tour. Once again, a Gravel, Macedo, Kofoid, Hodenschild, Schatz, Schuchart, Peck. And then you'd have Williamson in there. You'd have a rookie, Torgerson and Jidrzek or Casey J. I'm done with trying to say his last name. But I'm just saying, this is some of the issues that the people who are, looking at the overall strength of the industry, how strong would that be? And then your all-star tour would be like Brett Marks, Cy Lynch, Dason Persley, Tanner Holmes, Hank Davis, maybe Ryan Timms, Brennan Crouch, maybe Chris Wyndham, Cole Macedo, Bill Bill, I can't believe Bellog so low. I'm sorry, we should have put you in the mix. But I'm just saying, Boguski, Stills, instead of these people trying out national tour racing by having to pick between the World of Outlaws or High Limit, it would just be a regional tour series with the All-Stars. So that's the only negative, is it dilutes the night in, night out product. Now, there's positives all around. I'm not trying to say it's all just negative. The positives is you got High Limit, who's hungry, and you got Brad Sweet, who's got a chip on his shoulder, and they're going to FS1, and they're putting the shit out to the country. The only problem is it sustainable? Is it sustainable with the crowd we saw last night, with the situations at hand, with Corey Days, dominating the event somewhat? I'm not going to say degrading the roster, but I mean, it doesn't help sprint car racing when you have these guys just pop in and do what they did, and then you don't have the proper representation on FS1 to combat it. There's goods and bads. There is goods and bads. I do like Brad Sweet's work ethic. I think the World of Outlaws get fat and lazy with the traditional fan base, and they make the money. And that's why they don't try as much or try as hard as Brad and Kyle, or Brad in particular is trying with High Limit. But there is positives. There is positives to this whole split. I mean, to close out, you had Corey Day pick up the win, and just to not really take a shot at High Limit, but let's just show you who the points leader is of the midweek series is Ryan Timms. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that till they posted it today, but Ryan Timms is the current leader of the High Limit Sprint Car Series on their midweek money tour. It's obviously very close, tied for second, 2 points between Courtney and Thorson, but here's the outlaw. I guess it's the only outlaws left, right? Or the non-full-timers. I guess you would put, Timms into the Mackery category. I mean, who else is kind of doing what they're doing? Nobody even close is on this list, but Timms has attended the 2 midweek series. But at the same time, I mean, obviously Timms is good. I'm really high on Timms, defending Knoxville Nationals champion, Tuscarora 50. You could have an outlier here win this midweek series. And you've already had an outlier win a midweek a series event with Day, which I would rather have Tim's win the damn thing. At least he represents the sport, and like we had our interview with him at Knoxville last year, he wants to be a Steve Kinser eventually. You know, he doesn't have the NASCAR aspirations like some of these other kids do, which is good. Which is good. I mean, I'm not so sure on the future of the high limit situation. Obviously, everybody over there's invested into going forward. That's their goal. They're attempting to go forward. That's what they want to do. They're not about sitting back. They're about going forward with the series. Hopefully it works out. There's a lot of investments, but I mean, it almost has to get to where you get all these guys under one lineage, or you 100% just flip over into the battle aspect, the AFC NFC aspect, which this is promoting. I mean, this whole battle between the Outlaws and High Limit, it is whether you like it or not, it is helping the sport. I mean, NASCAR would do a lot of things to get something like this to promote. I mean, they're relying on Natalie Decker Instagram posts, Cletus McFarlane approval denials, Tyler Reddick winning, and I guess now Stephen A. Smith calling their drivers not athletes. They're relying on that for promotion. That's what they're doing. That's what they have. And that's about it. Whereas we in sprint car racing, we got this. We got 2 national series. We got fan bases mad or arguing or debating or saying this team's better than that team or whatever. And we got Cody Jacobs on here rallying it up. And we got Tanner Thorson's out there, you know, making fun of the coilovers. And we even got Corey Days and Kyle Larson's popping in every now and then. Here's the positives. Here's the positives of it all. We got story-esque headlines every day of the week with this high limit World of Outlaw situation that other divisions of motorsports would love to have. I mean, and we got the great racing to go with it. You know, that's the other deal. We got great racing to go with it. Now, some of y'all, you want to talk about this high limit FS1 sprint car on TV situation where y'all are completely wrong. Sprint cars on TV don't work. Well, I just got to say, just like I said in my video last night to the people in the stands, a damn NASCAR race is 3 hours long and whatever, 200 to 300 laps. And you say sprint car racing has downtime, huh? Well, when they're 15 laps into a 60 lap stage and ain't nothing happening, to me as a racing fan, and I would assume the public, that is downtime. Going from first to 25th, checking in with their spotter, and, you know, listening to somebody's water bottle fucking ran out, and all the little commentary, extracurricular bullshit they have to do to keep their downtime entertaining, in my opinion, is way more boring than watching a damn car go in the corner while we're having all this badass racing and have a little wreck or have a crash and a red flag. And now, oh my God, all this stuff is happening in our downtime. You know, this is stuff. And when we're not down, when we're not red and we're green, it's entertainment every damn lap because every lap matters. Entertainment wise, we don't have a 300 lap race and 275 of them laps are fucking bullshit or downtime. Fine, you want to give them some luck? 270 of the 300 laps is their fucking downtime. They got 15 laps to start the race and 15 laps to end it. And now that they put stages in, fine, we'll give them 4. Coming to the checkered, 2 to go. Going green, 2 to go. Fine, so what is that? 35 laps? So it's 265 laps of the whole damn race is bullshit, is downtime. I'd rather watch a caution or a wreck or a red flag. If I'm an entertainment person, I want to see a wreck, obviously. But if we were talking about downtime, I'd rather watch a heat race that matters for 8 laps and then some downtime, an interview, another heat for 8 laps and it matters and there's some downtime, another a dash and a spin of a wheel. What's all this? I'm learning, I'm watching, I'm educating myself. I'd rather go on green, red flag. Oh my, is he okay? Is he gonna make it? Blessings out to Jason Martin. Sorry to hear about your injuries. Oh my God. I'd rather experience that as a viewer of entertainment of any kind than sit there and watch some shit go around on the track and nothing's happening for 265 fucking laps for hours at a time. My opinion, that's just mine. I think sprint cars are way better for short attention spans and needing action and needing attention in those spans that are having action. I think it fits the modern mindset way more than that shit. Is it marketed well? Question mark. Big issue. Big issue. Is it marketed well? Is it pushed enough? I mean, most people don't know what a sprint car is. All these, and this is where High Limit's whooping the Outlaws' asses because they're out there actually pushing the sport. Is it because they got FS1 and all these obligations? Maybe so. But the one thing High Limit's doing wrong is their alliances with the NASCAR branding, interstates and all that. And oh, well, NASCAR loves it. They want to help. Okay, fine. You keep believing that. I saw the motherfucking emails where they're pissed off at SRX, who was using their drivers and promoting short track and all the good, glorious things. They were mad at that. You think they're going to be happy if this sprint car thing comes along and starts whooping some ass on the national stage? You really think that? Are you serious? Or is all these interstate batteries and HendrickCars.com just fucking food in the bowl so that they have some leash on your fucking ass and they can control you as an asset in case you get out of your lane? And of course, the new whip isn't by physical, or the new leash isn't by physical pain or actual leash itself. It's with the money. The money's the new whip, the new leash, the new control mechanism if you haven't paid attention to the world around you. So, of course, they saw the World of Outlaws on the rise. They saw sprint car racing getting all this attention. They saw it. You go on the social Facebook medias and there's dirt content outperforming NASCAR content every single fucking day of the week. All the time. The regular people are outperforming the pushed mantra. That shit's force fed down to people's throats. If you force fed our shit that ain't really got much, it would overrun them instantly. They know this. They know this. That's why they need a leash. That's why they changed Kyle Larson's NASCAR schedule to not be able to run Knoxville, because that fucking race was getting way too much attention. Y'all could say Knoxville and the Outlaws blocked Larson from racing Knoxville. No. That's not what happened, in my opinion. It's the other way around. NASCAR knows what they're up against. They don't want to they don't want to be boxing and UFC come along and knock their ass out, ground and pound them. But they're smarter. They learned from the boxing UFC reference, their situation where UFC and mixed martial artists just took over boxing. Everybody stopped wanting to see people fisticuffs. They wanted to see the action, the excitement. Just like the same case could happen. They stopped wanting to see these big oval asphalt stuff. They wanted to see this short dirt track thing all of a sudden. They can see these, and now nobody wants boxing. Nobody wants NASCAR. This is what they see. How once people tune into one thing, they tune out from the other. Just like NASCAR did with IndyCar racing in the 90s. IndyCar racing destroyed NASCAR numbers, but once they had the split, once again, the split series in IndyCar, very relevant if you think about it big business-wise. And NASCAR took over with their special set of match tires and Gordon and Earnhardt and the movie coming to life. Then it just changed the whole entire spectacle. It turned everyone into a fendered fan. The same thing can happen to them if they don't put a leash on it. I don't care what y'all say. They're bitching about SRX. You think they won't bitch about high limit if it got too big? Are you kidding me? Sprint car racing in particular. Anyways, that's just, coincidental, I guess. Just coincidental. Um, and then you got the greatest example right here. This is the situation with Stephen A. Smith. Apparently, this is before we go into calls. We are going to be taking calls here tonight. Going to close this topic out real quick because that's about all it needs to be. Stephen A. Smith made a comment about racing, in particular NASCAR drivers, which most people believe racing is NASCAR. That's all they ever see. They see IndyCar. Well, now F1's helping, I guess. Give them some understanding of diversity. Came out and said, come on, man. That don't count. You're driving a car. I'm being honest. It's a great sport, but come on, bro. Getting behind the wheel of a car is not the same. You can be behind the wheel of a car in your 60s and 70s, for crying out loud. A NASCAR driver is not an athlete. That was in the big bright yellow lettering below. This was posted by Dirt Behind the Scenes, Dirt Behind the Scenes. Obviously, most people have seen this quote all day. And I mean, once again, we can make this short and sweet for you. Regular people see NASCAR, F1, all this. NASCAR F1's about all people see. They might see an IndyCar once a year with the Indy 500. They've heard of that. But then NASCAR is it. So when he's saying NASCAR is not an athlete, he's technically referencing 60 and 70-year-old people. Now, there is different, levels of what an athlete is, right? Like on a football team, is the kicker an athlete? Is the field goal kicker an athlete? I mean, maybe on the kickoff, he runs a little 40-yard wind sprint. They say that if you golf without a golf cart, that's more physically demanding than baseball because of the spurts and how that sport operates. It's also a little bit of a misunderstanding of racing in general. Obviously, people don't understand the difficulty it is to hang on to a steering wheel under severe G-forces. And then if you go to the NASCAR world or you follow their drivers socially, you also come across the Natalie Deckers of the world. And if you're looking at a Natalie Decker, it's really hard for you as a normal person to place Natalie Decker with a little pop squat picture she posts. It's really hard to put her photo next to, say, LeBron James and say these two people are athletes. It's hard to even put her next to like MMA women's fighter and say these are both athletes. Or her next to a WNBA person and say these are both athletes. It's hard to do that. It's hard to take a picture of Chase Briscoe and say, put him next to, Marshawn Lynch or whatever, and say these are two athletes. It's hard. It is. But there is an endurance factor. I'm assuming Stephen A. would consider a Tour de France or a biker, somebody who does long distance biking, cyclists. I'm sure he would consider them athletes. I'm sure he would consider a U.S. bobsledder an athlete, but they just run and push the sled and then they jump in and then they drive it. So is that 30-yard or 20-yard sprint that a U.S. bobsledder does and then turns into driving for a minute and a half, is that an athlete in comparison to somebody who gets behind a cup car for a couple hours? Obviously, you can go look up how Kyle Larson says he lost burnt 1,500 calories in a 3-hour cup race. That's a lot. That's working, right? So what is an athlete? Now it's down to the definitionals of where is the gray area. It's like racing. Who's a talented driver? It's like football. Who's a talented quarterback? Tim Tebow's a talented quarterback, but so is Tom Brady. That's a big gap, though, right? Big gap. So then what's an athlete? Well, I could tell you in the sprint car world, which is the thing that they don't hear about, you could definitely tell that they're athletes. I mean, Kyle's saying that he's turning 195 beats per minute in the sprint car, whereas NASCAR stuff's in the 130s to 150s. When I showed the guy with Tow by Us, our sponsor in Florida Speed Week, it's a black guy who runs a Jamaican cyclist team, or competes on the national levels of cyclists. He saw a sprint car race and he was so impressed by it. His first time he ever saw it, he's like, wow, it's like drifting, all this. But he was more impressed with how much the drivers were working in the car. He's like, look at their arms, they're moving them. Wow. And he knew all about NASCAR. He hates it. He was impressed with the sprint car thing, though. He thought that was extreme. He literally thought that was the eye-catching thing for him, was the athleticism it had to take to move your arms like that, as they were on the dirt tracks. And then, of course, super late models with the 100 lappers and all that stuff. So, I mean, NASCAR, I mean, I could see how, if you're a regular person, you could go out and watch the races, and then you could go and research a few of their drivers and definitely not see it viable as calling them athletes. Are they operating athletically, though? I think so. But then, once again, this is somewhat of a good educational point to be able to say to the Stephen A. Smiths of the world that there's different forms of motorsports as well. And I would consider a sprint car driver especially athletic. But then you got your Buddy Kofoids, right? Buddy Kofoid, I mean, some of y'all's, sons could probably, stand up good with Buddy Kofoid. He's a small little guy, I'm just saying. Like, these are small guys. But most of them are strong. And obviously, heck, Ryan Tim's small, little, tall guy, obviously. He was out of breath in 8 laps at Eagle last night when they did the heat race interview. So, obviously, he's huffing and puffing. They don't really see that with the NASCAR guys. The only huffing and puffing these NASCAR guys do when they get out of the cars, bitching and crying about their cars or somebody they're mad with, or why their plane's going to be late to pick them up that evening. Some bullshit like that. People are seeing these things. They have eyes. But when you watch a sprint car guy get out of his fucking car, I mean, it's just, all of them are huffing and puffing, no matter how athletic or in shape they are. So, when it comes down to these comments, it's basically like, what is an athlete? What is defined as an athlete? I would consider a NASCAR driver more athletic than an NFL kicker. I consider him more athletic than a golfer, more athletic than a baseball player when you consider the golfing without the golf cart. And then the endurance level, I think that's something that's being underestimated. If you're calling a bobsledder, for instance, an athlete, I know the guys ain't running to get into their cars, but there's a form of strain that's happening in these race cars that most people with the untrained eye or no experience in high G-forces just don't understand, especially in the NASCAR realm, because they're in these cars and you don't really see anything happening. I think that may be one of the big reasons, and even visually watching the cars go around the track, it's not big movements. It doesn't look like a lot. Speed slows down on TV. It doesn't look very fast. But when you go there, they're moving around. And then the dirt track stuff, I mean, it's just next level. It's like NASCAR drivers are the kicker of the racing industry, and like the sprint car guys are the running backs or cornerbacks or tight ends, playing, offensive linemen while running to go catch a ball. It's a very intricate subject, but it's not hard to think as to why, when you look at NASCAR from the outside looking in, and then you go and look at their drivers and their rosters and their Instagram posts of booty popping and all that shit, how it's hard for you to put that person next to an athlete and say they are the same. It's very hard. It's very hard. And even, like I said, the Kofoid, it's hard to put Buddy Kofoid next to LeBron James and say these are both athletes. It's hard to do that. Anyways, into the chat we go. We are going to be answering some of the chats, but we are going to be taking our first break, and we're going to be opening it up to the calls when we get back. Meanwhile, we are turning the Birdman up. We will be right back here with live calls on the show, reading your comments as well. We'll pull the chat down, chat on YouTube only. Sorry, Facebook.
Out the way, but I ride inside when they made their mistake like a Birdman. You can call me Tanner Thorson, and I'm in So butterfly mall and spread your wings like a Birdman. Flying high in the flow, hit it high on the cushion, drop it down really low like a Birdman. I try to fly out the way, but I ride inside when they made their mistake like a Birdman. You can call me Tanner Thorson, in a minute I can win it when you slip up off the corner like a Birdman. If you don't like the results, I'll show you both of my birdies like I end a round of golf like a Birdman. Flying high in the flow, hit it high on the cushion, drop it down really low like a Birdman. I try to fly out the way, but I ride inside when they made their mistake like a Birdman. You can call me Tanner Thorson, in a minute I can win it when you slip up off the corner like a Birdman. If you don't like the results, I'll show you both of my birdies like I end
Wow,
a
that was
round
quick.
of golf.
We didn't even finish the song. That's awesome. All right, let's see what they're saying on the chat. What are you people saying now? Was Bo Jackson not an athlete when he played baseball then? No one said that. Call me back, Chaz. Someone said Carson Macedo's teeth are so white. I had welder's flash after his interview yesterday. What do you want me to say to that? I don't know what to say to that. Is a shooter an athlete, Stephen A? What the fuck? I don't know who that Mahalik is. He's a guy from PA. So is the Chaz going to be an athlete and arm wrestle Cody Jacobs for a fundraiser? I beer bonged 2 beers while on spring break once while underwater. Am I considered an athlete? This is hilarious. Laugh out loud. Go hit a 90 per hour. Hold on now. Go hit a 90 mile per hour fastball. Do you not think it's just as difficult to drop a 190 mile per hour car onto a little white line? Or a 410 sprint car onto the fence at Williams Grove? Or those super late mile guys going down there and like basically touching and painting tractor tires? Like that takes effort in throwing and hitting, and you're hitting your mark technically. I'm just saying. These are all hand-eye coordination things happening at a very high rate of speed. And the big difference is in racing is if you're off a little bit, the guy who wins the race is on the cushion. The guy who's in the B main is this far from the cushion, So the room for error is low as well. The two are a good comparison and are on equal standing. When are you going to come to the West Coast swing? Maybe when the West Coast swing happens? Reaction times are very similar between baseball hitter and a race car driver. Potentially, but I think it's very similar to a quarterback. I think you're throwing the cars in there and hitting a moving target like a receiver, and you're doing it under pressure. I think it's very similar to a quarterback because you're throwing the car and you're aiming for a spot. I would say it's closer to a pitcher. If you want to use the baseball analogy, I think racing is closer to a pitcher. All right, let's get into the chat or into the calls. Numbers on the screen. That somebody's asking me to call him back. I guess we could call him back. All right, let's see if he answers. We're doing some calls. Waiting for the answer. No answer. I'm calling you back, 605. You're not answering. Hello. Is this Eric?
It is, man. How you doing?
Where is 605 at? Is that Houston's area?
You fucking know it. Cody Jacobs, man.
Yeah.
He's right there, well, he's in, Brandon, where the shop is, but I'm in Sioux Falls.
Okay, you're over on that side.
Yeah.
That side of town.
You fucking right I am.
So what'd you want to talk about?
Hey, we're talking about balls and strikes here between sprint car drivers and F1. And
well, that guy brought
NASCAR.
it up. I'm just trying to relate the situation. I think it's hard to relate.
Well, Well, let's put this in perspective. How many of them motherfuckers that run asphalt want to come try their hand at dirt?
They don't want to. They don't want to. They'll be embarrassed.
I've only seen I've only seen a few do it.
Yeah, they'll be embarrassed.
And the latest one is Ty Gibbs. I mean, yeah, he's wrecking, but he keeps coming back because he wants to learn.
Yeah, he wants to learn it.
But do you see a Dale Jr. out there trying to fucking do it? Hell no.
Or Natalie Decker or anybody who their whole roster.
Yeah.
I mean, Cletus McFarland, he tried to hot lap a car and almost wrecked it. So, I mean.
Well, there you have it. I mean, it's balls and strikes. And, hey, the dirt world is where it is.
Right.
I mean, we're rocking it.
I think so.
Because I don't give a fuck about F1 and I don't give a fuck about NASCAR.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't watch that shit.
Right.
Because it's a fucking script put together.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all it is. It's a script put together.
I agree.
For whoever wins. Oh, and one more damn thing for you.
Okay.
You gotta have Cody on once a week.
He don't want to do it. He shies away from the camera. He don't want.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, he didn't necessarily say no. It's just I don't know. I want to have Cody on once a week, but then is it become too much, and then is it expected, and then when he doesn't want to do it anymore, then the show's destroyed. It's like I mean. I'd like to have it. I'd like to make Cody on here every day or once a week. But if you lose it,
I mean, I really enjoy them talks that you have with Cody, and especially that live the other night that you did.
Yeah, that was good. I think he would be very raw and funny on some aspects too. We need more things to happen as well. Like what would you talk about right now if you were Cody? I have no idea what he would even want to talk about. What would he talk about? Would he just trash High Limit, or something? I mean,
well, I don't know. Maybe he'd talk.
Would he just say Eagle sucks and blah 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 and
Messino running a Ford motor?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that for the image of the Outlaws. It's like. So you just try a Ford motor, I mean, and it doesn't matter if you beat them or anything. I mean,
you throw a Ford motor in and go run a high limit show and damn near fucking wax them.
Right, with a Ford. I guess you want to double down on the embarrassment if you did beat them, I guess.
Well, you want to double down, it's double pay.
Well, that's the only issue. Like, I almost had Cody in them. I'd almost shit-talked Cody coming to Eagle. But then when they figured out it was only $12,000, because originally when I was pitching it, we all thought it was $50,000. And then when we learned it was only a $12,000 race, they were out.
Oh.
They have a $50,000 one on the 9th. They have 2 races, which I don't know if that's smart either.
They got the what is it, the Nationals or something? It pays 55.
It's 50.
Is it
As
50?
of right now, it's 50. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 55.
No, it's 50.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's good for High Limit. Why would you? You started all this deal. Your main notion is you're going to try to increase the pay for sprint car racing and teams and all that. And then you have a $12,000 race on FS1.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Well, I mean, and then you don't have Kyle. Your first two FS1 races, you don't have Kyle. I mean, unfortunately for them, Kyle is their seller. That's what people are going to watch. I don't think I'm too far-fetched to say that High Limit fans are just Kyle Larson fans. And, for them.
Well, that
Go ahead.
You're right. You're I didn't mean to cut you off, Chaz.
No, you're fine.
But, no, you're right. I think this whole FS1 on TV shit, they're banking on Kyle being there.
Well,
and then his schedule is getting changed because NASCAR says, "Oh fuck, we can't have this."
Well, and somebody in the comments just said, "Aren't all outlaw shows 12K to win? It's a minimum of 12K to win." All I'm simply saying is, you shouldn't have a broadcasted race be a minimalist-based show. That's all.
No.
It shouldn't be a 12K. If the World of Outlaws go on to TV, they're not gonna just do a regular race. They're gonna do a Kings Royal or Knoxville Nationals or I-55 or something that pays bigger than that. I don't see that as a good. I don't see that as a good marketing strategy, and I don't think it's good marketing to not have Kyle at the first two events. I think that's bad. It is kind of bullshit that NASCAR had a tire test at Chicagoland, and that's why he wasn't able to go. But NASCAR's blocking sprint car racing left and right. I would not be aligning with interstate batteries and Hendrick cars. Y'all could keep telling me they want to help all rise, tide, ships, all that fucking bullshit. It's not true.
Well,
it's not true.
Well, NASCAR is just like our fucking government. They're keeping secrets and they're hiding shit and they're pulling shit away from us.
All this shit is business. Here's the deal. At the end of the day, all this shit's fucking business. And NASCAR's McDonald's and dirt track sprint car racing is Burger King. And if you fucking think that they want to help Burger King get bigger, you're a fucking idiot. No. They want to pay Burger King to control them. That's all.
Well, that might be it, but you know what? Got to remember, Burger King, have it your fucking way.
Yeah, well.
Ain't that the truth?
We do have some commenters. Somebody said, complain about the details as much as you want, but what are the Outlaws doing to reach new fans? I'm not sitting. That's the number one thing that High Limit does.
No.
That's the best thing High Limit is doing is reaching new people. That I've said that from day one. I haven't combated that. I mean,
you're exactly right, and that guy should go back and watch your
all of
your videos.
As drunk and as much as ranting and all the craziness that I've always said that. So
hey, I'm drinking some Busch lattes tonight.
Well, I'm drinking Hendrick gin. I still have my bottle around. I'm drinking Hendricks.
Well,
with some Pepsi. Hold on, I'm drinking it with Pepsi Zero, which Zero is stevia sweetened, which is why I switched to Zeros. But the reason I'm doing that is because I'm in a casino hotel and their beers are $7 a piece, and I didn't get some before I got live, and I'm not paying $7 for a beer. I'm sorry.
And you're sucking up to the NASCAR crew.
I'm not sucking up to the NASCAR crew. Fuck you. No, I'm just playing.
Well, you got the Hendrick gin for
it's sake. Not. I don't hope. Hopefully, it's not Hendrick's gin. I don't want to be sucking Rick Hendrick's nutsack like Kyle. I'm not trying to be Kyle.
It's kind of possible. Hendrick gin.
All right. Well, there are some people wanting to call in. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
All right. Nah, brother, just stay in touch, man.
All right, I got a question.
I'm the guy that talked to you about Tanner Holmes and crew chiefing and shit.
Well, Tanner Holmes had an unfortunate incident last night. So did Aaron Reitzel.
I know.
Reitzel got hit pretty hard. Apparently, Jason Martin fractured his vertebrae in his wreck. So
really. Really?
Yeah, Jason Martin was had a severe back injury last night. Yes.
Damn, another one. I think these guys better start taking Cody's advice and checking their butt bars.
They need to do something, that's for sure. They need to do
Anyways,
something.
I'm gonna get off here, buddy. But hey, you got my number. Stay in touch. Whatever. I'm a
Alrighty.
truck driver. I go all over, man.
Okay, when you gonna be at your next race?
So, let's see. I'm planning on the opener for Houston.
See, I did get invited to come to the opener at Huset's, which I believe is Mother's Day, right? It's May the 10th.
Is that for the arm wrestling deal?
No, that's not. But if I went to that, I wouldn't be able to go to PA. PA is the same weekend. The Outlaw shows are 8th and 9th.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I wanted to drive 20 fucking hours. I don't know if I can make that happen. I don't even know if you could drive from Williams Grove to Huset's in time. There would be no way.
Oh, yeah. Easy. No problem.
No problem. Bullshit. You're fucking crazy. I'm not a meth head.
I'm not a meth head either. I just haul cattle.
Well, somebody just made a good comment. You're a truck driver. Do you like Danny Dietrich's comments about truck driving, or how do you feel about Danny Dietrich's comments towards the trucking industry?
Well, Danny Dietrich can lick the sweat off my nuts, but he can't do my job.
Why not? He says it's relatively easy.
Well, tell him to back the fucker up to his chute and load the cattle.
Oh, God. So you're taking poor innocent animals to their slaughter. How do you feel about that?
No, I'm not. Not all the time I'm not.
Where are you taking them? To fucking go house on the prairie? Where do you think you're going?
Well, sometimes I take calves to the fucking feedlots. Sometimes I'm hauling the fats to the kill plant.
Oh, my God.
Either way, I'm going to get a fucking steak on my plate.
You're the grave digger. You're the grave digger for these. So you're like the death warrant. When you show up to a fucking cattle ranch, they know.
I do. And
These
I tell
fucking
them that
cows
too.
got generational trauma because of you.
Well, look at it how you want to.
Okay.
Hey, Father Time is undefeated. Everybody dies. Everybody has a time limit.
Well, the only reason cows are eaten by us is because it's the rich men on top said, hey, here's this thing that just stands in the pasture over there. Let's find a way to make money off of it. So then they raped and fucking, multiplied them all so that they can make easy money. It's the easiest animal. We don't eat fucking elk and shit because they run and stuff, Cows just stand there.
Well, let me ask you this. When people go out hunting and they shoot a pheasant, are they going to feed a family of 6 if they only get one? Or are they just going to feed themselves?
It is an issue with the population, for sure.
Now, and here's the other question. Would you rather have a juicy steak or a dried up fucking pheasant?
Well, there's a reason we should just be vegetarians, but that's a whole nother debate.
No. That's me and that's our difference right there, and I respect what you do, and I hope you can respect how I do.
Well, I'm not eating pork. I'll tell you that fucking much. People keep saying I'm a Muslim, but that's not why I don't eat pork.
Well,
I think all pork is spoiled. I think all pork spoiled meat. They say that an adult pig is as smart as a 3-year-old child. I think that's true. That means that when they see the other pigs going into the room and not coming out the other end, I think they know. And so they spoil their own meat before they get slaughtered. That's just my opinion. And my opinion is backed by evidence because pork meat has the highest level of parasites within it. So
you're right. You're right. And I don't eat very much pork myself.
It's true.
I don't.
It's true.
I mean,
And
I eat minimal
go ahead.
pork.
Another side note to that: most of your Native American dishes currently, the traditional ones, are all made with pork, pozole, etc. A lot of the reason that is because when we came here through colonism and was taking over the natives, we noticed them eating human meat, and pork was the closest tasting meat to human. So that's another reason I don't eat pork as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, boy, maybe I just cut the whole deal off right there.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, even modern cannibalists call
I did
human
not know
meat.
that.
I did
not know that. Thank you.
Modern cannibalists call human meat long pig. That's the nickname for human meat currently.
Well, I appreciate that little tidbit, but I like my beef.
I'm just saying. There's a reason they call it the other white meat. And it ain't pornographic. It's not pornographic, buddy.
I hear you. Hey, you get on to your next caller. But no, I appreciate everything you do for the sport.
We try. What do you enjoy the most? I'm curious. Do you like it when I go in the stands and argue with these fucking psychos, or what do you like? Or do you like me sitting here and just talking shit? Do you like it all? Because somebody asked me, they were like, "How do you do all this?" Go ahead.
I watch everything, Chaz.
Okay.
And if say you throw a video up or a little short clip up during the day as I'm driving on the road, yeah, I don't watch it, but I listen to it because I can get the gist of what you're saying.
Okay.
And it's like going to my app. I got an app on my phone to where the Bible gets read to me.
That's a good one.
I don't have to. I don't have to sit and read it. I can listen to it. So when I'm going down the road and yeah, I got the notification that when you put something up, I can click on it and I can just listen to it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I like that. And then I would assume you like the more so talking videos because those are the ones you could get into and listen and play for a long time, for up and down the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the longer ones I really enjoy, but the short clips are great too.
Well, that's what we need to know. We are going to get to another caller. I'm sure that we could talk about pork all night, but.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna. Well, we can talk about Porky Pig and whatever,
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, but
we'll get to the next caller.
All right, buddy. Hey, don't be a stranger. Give me a holler back. Write my number down, whatever. Give me a holler back sometime.
We will. Thank you for calling.
All right, Chaz. Have a good night, bud.
Bye. All right. Phone line is open. I know you are still eating your pork. We're waiting for somebody to call in and give me something to talk about. We're over here sipping on our drink. Hold on. We got some people texting us, too. I'm not sure what's going on here. Somebody said drunks call in. All right. We got a 223's calling in. This could be bad. Hello.
Oh, is this a Mom Chaz Aloha Snack Bar?
Oh, God. What do you want?
What do I want?
What do you want?
First off, I'm going to say this. There's somebody in your chat that doesn't know who Bo Jackson is. If you don't know,
that's pretty sad.
Baseball player, dude was awesome. Can't tell me he wasn't an athlete as a baseball player. That's all I'm going to say.
Right? Yeah. Well, he was a running back as well. But continue.
Oh yeah. No, I'm going to throw something out here. It's going to be controversial, and everybody's going to disagree with me, but I don't give a shit. Eagle is a shit racetrack. Go fix your fucking divot going into turn 1. That is a joke.
You're a fucking idiot. I'm about to hang up on you.
No, who in the hell wants to go full tilt going into one and hit a fucking cornfield? Nobody wants to do that. Go
It's none of
fix
your
that
fucking
shit.
business. How about you go fuck yourself? It's the best it's one of the best racetracks in the country. Because of that divot, they have to run the top and the bottom and work around the divot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what everybody wants to do, is to have to work around a freaking gigantic hole in a racetrack. Everybody loves doing that. Sure.
Are you still mad
Sure.
at Brett Marks wrecking there a few years ago? Is that why you're saying this
No, I'm
as a
not.
PA fan?
No, I'm not saying as a PA fan. I'm saying that as somebody that's ran on shit racetracks before and knows what it feels like to run on a shit racetrack, to see a shit racetrack.
Well,
and
I mean, it is. I would consider it definitely a safety issue because it is a bull ring, but it's also a very fast bull ring. I mean, it's high banked. I mean, you're on the tilt. I mean, I would assume they're hitting every bit of 110, 115 going into one.
Florida man wouldn't have to run around like an idiot after hot laps had that not been a thing. Had they done something with their racetrack?
Somebody said it builds character.
How's that going to build character? All that's going to do is build an expensive fucking parts bill at the end of the night. Break shit hitting that.
Well,
there's times I'm sure where you don't have a choice other than to hit the damn hole.
Not everyone can be fucking smooth Glassville like Port Royal. Why don't we just say we could? You know, Williams Grove would be better without an opening down the back straightaway.
I agree with you. It would be a hell of a lot better. It'd be a hell of a lot.
So you're worried about a divot instead of an opening?
Oh no, I'm equally worried about the opening as I am the divot. I don't approve of the opening. I think that's stupid. I mean, we already saw what happened when you have an opening at the end of a racetrack or at a very high speed part of a track. You end up getting somebody killed.
Well, we did have the guy on the camera last night who got internally decapitated at Eagle. I couldn't believe he said that, but it's true.
Wait a minute. No way. Is that the dude that, like, hold on.
That gave me the Peach Crown Royal.
What's the story behind that? Was that because I heard something years ago where somebody had something like that happen where they had questionable tubing on the roll cage, hit the fucking guardrail.
He ran into the opening in one at Eagle and got internally decapitated.
Jeez,
dislocated vertebrae. Here's the actual news story. I can bring it up.
Dislocated. That sounds extremely.
Yeah, North Platte sprint car. This is who was on the video last night. North Platte sprint car driver injured. He's a big fan of mine. He had only met me through Snapchat, which was hilarious. I couldn't believe that part. But he's like, "Do you do a podcast or do you do anything else?" So yeah, he got internally decapitated. It says dislocated vertebrae at 54 years old. He was 54 when this wreck happened. The guy's probably every bit of 60. So, yeah, 2021 this happened. We talked to him last night. So, he's 59. But, yeah, he got broken ribs, punctured lung, and dislocated vertebrae. But he ran into the opening into 1 and 2. It used to be way easier to hit that vertebrae or that opening in 1 and 2. So, funny enough, this guy who they're talking to in this news station, yeah, that's the guy who was on the show last night, Tom Belsky. I think it's Belsky.
I bet he bought a couple lottery tickets after he was, all buttoned up and okay and stuff.
I'm looking at a lottery ticket, but it's got red hair on it right now, but continue.
I don't know. Race was okay last night. I don't know. It's kind of a snoozer. You get Corey Day out front, just I don't know. I thought there was more excitement in the Outlaw race with Hobstadt, even with Buddy doing a Joker lap and somehow not hitting the inside tires. That was. Have you noticed people aren't really talking a whole lot about that?
What's that?
Buddy doing his little Joker lap on the last lap, scooting into the infield before he made contact with Courtney.
I did not. Here, or I didn't even see that. I might have been drinking a beer yelling at people, but.
Well, you get a chance. Watch the very last lap of that race. He goes into 1 and 2 and literally inside the infield tires, didn't hit a single one, and then comes up off the backstretch.
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Eagle. You switched to.
No, I'm
you
talking about
switched now to
Hobstadt. I can give a
Hobstadt.
shit less
Okay.
about Eagle. Fuck that.
No,
High limit
Hobstadt.
anyways,
Yeah.
my
He
opinion.
cut the infield 100%. Yeah, he went through the infield. Yeah.
Yeah. You know my opinion on high limit. I think it's a joke of the series, and it's all NASCAR money, and it's going to suck the life out of sprint car racing.
It is the All Stars with another logo. It really is.
Well, yeah, it just changed hands from Tony Stewart to Brad Sweet. Okay, cool, wonderful.
It would be a badass national tour though, if you combine the two. Like it would be nice.
I agree with you, and people were gonna. People were gonna. No, that wouldn't happen. That would it would dilute where'd the drivers go? Everybody said that after National Sprint Tour closed up, and look what you had was a decade plus of fantastic sprint car racing with the World of Outlaws. I'm just saying. You get these.
I mean, if
get
you're a
the
big
best of the
Donnie
best in the
Schatz
one
fan.
series. I mean, hey, everybody hates a winner. That's why everybody hates Tom Brady. So.
Yeah, but you said it was
You
a decade and a half of great sprint car racing when really it was a Donnie Schatz show.
I mean, it was still pretty damn good. You had a lot of different winners. It wasn't just Donnie won these big races, obviously, and won these championships and shit. You had guys that were contending that were there. I don't know. I just don't like the whole idea of NASCAR guys and NASCAR team owners involved in sprint car racing, because I agree with what you say. It's just you're pulling the talent away from the cars. You're pulling the talent away from the series.
That is a good question. Somebody just said,
I mean,
if Buddy didn't step on it and he wins the race, should he have been disqualified?
Yes, you should have.
So that would have been that would have been the controversy in itself.
But is it really a controversy though? Would you go below the inside? Let's just call it the inside track barrier to advance a position.
I mean, there's not a rule. Is there a rule?
Yeah, it's within the racing line.
Hold on.
Is
there a rule? There's not a yellow line like NASCAR. So is there an actual rule?
Well, now you're going to make me look.
All right, I'm doing it. Chat GTP has the answers. We'll do a live Chat GTP question. By the way, I'm not even going to do it. Cody will get mad at me.
No, do it.
No. Is there a World of Outlaws rule for passing below the tires? Yes, it says in the World of Outlaw rule books, there is a guideline related to passing below the infield tires or track boundary markers, but it's not always enforced as a simple black and white rule like in some other series. So, yes, there is a rule in spirit. You can't pass below the tires to gain position, but enforcement is situational, not automatic. That's what Chat GTP has to say.
If he would have won the race and they didn't enforce it, it would have been egg on the face of World of Outlaws officials because showing favoritism to one of their own drivers. But I think that if that were to have happened, this is again hypotheticals and shit, but I think you penalize in 2 spots.
Okay.
Like you would with a jump, like you would with a jump restart.
Okay.
So I think that would have been the fair thing. But no, that race I felt was a lot better than last night. I don't know, maybe Tanner Thorson if he had 2 extra laps, maybe a little bit more tire. I don't know. I don't like the product High Limit has right now, and I think it's boring as shit for sprint car racing. I genuinely do.
It's definitely catering.
What's that?
It definitely caters a certain group of people.
Yeah, it caters to people that are fanboys of specific
Kyle Larson.
People. Yeah, that.
It's Kyle Larson series.
Yeah, with Corey Day being in NASCAR and stuff now. I mean, obviously,
and now him, yeah.
If people can't see the push going on with this, you're blind and dumb.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't like all of this. because it's artificial. It's not natural. It's not a natural growth.
Well,
of a
and I've
driver.
said
It's
for
not a
years, you
natural-
know, NASCAR wants to have, instead of sprint car racing taking them over, they would just like try to acquire the World Outlaws and place them underneath like ARCA, make it a part
Yes.
of the ladder system.
Mhm.
They didn't end up doing that, but I think that's what high limit. Honestly, if I remove all the bills and relationships, I think that's what NASCAR's attempting to do here. I think they're attempting to buddy up with high limit, mask Brad Sweet until we're just trying to help you so that he does all the hard work so they don't have to pay for it. And he will raise the sprint car. If high limit's successful, high limit success is basically NASCAR controlling a sprint car entity.
Mhm. So you have Corey Day in NASCAR.
Hold
doing
on,
the
somebody
little-
just made a
all
good
the time.
point. Larson did the same thing years ago and people praised it. That is true. Remember at River Cities, he spun out or wrecked or went through the infield and then passed Logan Schuchart and won the race. So he did go through the infield. He didn't pass anyone to do it, though. That would be the difference, I guess.
I think it should.
Well,
be a
I guess
consistent
Larson
rule,
didn't
judging
pass
on that.
anyone either. He lost position, but he did go through the infield. So
I don't know. If you go through that boundary, it should be a clear cut and dry. Hey, you went through. It doesn't matter if you're out in the lead and lapping cars or if you're running second.
right. Well, because if Buddy Kofoid doesn't do that move, he is not even that close to have that wreck happen.
No, he's not that close, and truthfully, he's probably not. Yeah,
He's settling for second. He
second
wouldn't have got around those 2 lap cars. Period.
No. Nope, you wouldn't have. But, I mean, whether he planned on doing that or not, nice try. I'll give him credit for it. I mean, fuck, good try.
Well, he paid for it,
Yeah.
obviously.
So, I got a question for you. Okay, with Corey doing the NASCAR shit and stuff now and whatnot. Okay, you've got my favorite team owner, Spire Motorsports, involved in sprint car racing and shit. What do you think the odds are that they're going to try to push Gio into a fucking stock car?
I mean, they already talked about crossing them over into stuff. Like, that was a part of it. They didn't necessarily say ARCA or NASCAR, but they talked about crossing them over into different genres of motorsport and crossing, like, Carson Hocevar and them into other stuff. I would assume that would be more so like, I bet you Hocevar is probably going to run a dirt late model this week at Talladega or whenever that is. Because the late models are at Talladega the same weekend NASCAR is.
Is that a World of Outlaws late model race, or is that?
Pretty sure it is a World of Outlaws. Pretty sure.
Okay. I was going to say, you could tie a lot of connections if it was Lucas Oil. You know, with the flow connection and everything else, but I don't know. I don't see any of this as good, and I wish people kind of wake up to it. You're gonna pull your talent away from where it should be, and it's not good. It's gonna if you think the product is diluted now, just wait until 2 drivers jump full-time NASCAR and maybe 10 races in a sprint car in a year.
Well, yeah, and that's how the sport gets. That's how the sport's ultimately destroyed. Is like, if it was healthy, you wouldn't have Larson, Bell, or Day leave it. So,
Nope. No.
And a national tour with those guys involved, with High Limit and World Outlaws combined would be amazing. So, that's the product we don't have.
Or you know what? To as a stopgap to combining both series, what you do, you put up $500,000 to win. Pick a fucking track somewhere. Your top 10 out of the World of Outlaws. Your top 10 out of High Limit, and then throw in, four random guys. Make them try to qualify.
Yeah, well, really, what you're talking about is somebody has to come in and operate it professionally, because it doesn't operate professionally currently. Somebody with more money than both of these entities would have to come in and actually put a professional series together. And a professional series would probably only be about 10 races.
Yep.
With how the current dynamic is.
Yep.
But then you basically have an XR series, and we saw how that went over, so.
It would need to be, for that to be successful.
It would have to be a minimum of like,
wealthy.
You'd have to have the races be 200,000 to win, 10,000 to start.
Very wealthy with more fuck you money than Dirt Vision
Right.
and World Racing Group, and
Right.
yeah.
It would need to be like USC or something like that level of money, Saudi money, more so Saudi money.
Yep. More sports washing, and then you'd end up getting sports washing in sprint cars. But most people don't understand that concept. It seems, but
we could build a racetrack on the lawn of the White House. Fuck it.
I mean, yeah, if they're going to put an octagon on there, hell, I mean, call up the Donald. I'm sure you got a direct line to El Presidente. Call up the Donald and say, hey, fuck that USC thing. Build a fucking quarter-mile dirt track.
Something like that.
You want real American shit? Build a dirt track. No, there's one other thing I wanted to mention too. Have you noticed that gambling is getting more and more pervasive in sprint car racing?
They keep mentioning but it doesn't matter.
Oh, it does matter.
You can't gamble on it. There's only like 3 states you could technically place a wager.
Okay, but hey, that's 3 states more than what we've had. What, 2 years ago?
No, it's the same amount. No, that's what I'm saying. It's the same amount. You still can't gamble on it. You got to be in like when I say states, it's like Oregon, British Columbia, and Brazil. That's the only place you could actually place a wager.
In Brazil.
Yeah, it's like I can't believe it. I can't remember if it's Brazil or Argentina or something like that, but it's like a South American country somewhere in Canada and Oregon. That's it.
Well, shit, get your VPNs ready so that way you can, select what country you're viewing your internet from. You can
I'm telling you.
That's some shit. But
I'm telling you. Plus 4,000 on some of these guys to be top 5, that's a lot of money real quick.
Yeah, but all I'm going to say is this. I'll leave it at this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. If you want to keep the sport legitimate and you want to keep it as honest as humanly possible, every single fan needs to push back on any attempt that gambling can be made to happen in sprint car racing.
You need it to consume the sport.
No, I'm telling you, everyone talks about scripted sports, once you can gamble on a sport, it means that sport can be manipulated so people can make money. And the people that are making money are not, Joe Schmo up in the stands with $5, on his freaking app on his phone. We're talking tens of hundreds.
The real players.
Yeah. So I don't know. If you want to keep this sport honest and as legitimate as humanly possible, every single fan needs to always be pushing back against the gambling shit. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with NASCAR.
Yeah. Where
you're going to have phantom cautions and other stupid bullshit that has made NASCAR a joke. So.
Okay. Anything else? That's it?
Yeah. No. No,
okay.
Other than Eagle, I think it's a shit. No, Eagle's a shithole racetrack, and I'll stand by that.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Be a dumbass all you want. Fuck off, PA
you
guy.
Can call me that. Hey, Mr. Path Valley's the greatest track I've ever seen. Yeah, it came from your mouth. I remember that.
Yeah, after watching last year's races, I don't know if I could say that anymore.
Got to get the doctor to do a little more track prep out there, but still. All right, dude. We'll catch you later.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, later, man.
All right. So, are we doing any more calls, guys, or should we just shut her down? I mean, y'all are pretty boring tonight. You really are. You really are boring. You really are. All right, we'll keep it going. One more call session. We're gonna put one more song on. We gotta use the restroom again. I know the Jen's coming in and out, and then we'll come right back. We'll take a few more calls, and then we're gonna end the show. All right, here we go. In the meantime, we're ready to rip. Ready to rip. Oh no, we are ready to rip, bull. Ready to rip. Oh no.
True to the few in power. That's why I roll with God. Middle finger, y'all. Making trust in your clicks with your demigod. Worship to the money, your material. You'll get ripped in half. Sodom cash to Gomorrah. And if a wolf ever should come across on your path, aiming straight for your goods, make a trade to his cash, fate with the woods, replace for your trash. Nah, you can have it, sucker. Here, God, ready to rip on my high, ready to rip with that armor, ready to rip, hey, ready to rip, ready to rip, hey, ready to rip, ooh, yeah. Trying my hardest to stay with the best, flexing Giannis on my chest, facing problems down the depths. Ready to rip, coming correct, a fish in the water, hit my marks, hooking and set, ain't being honest, wearing my Honda, strapping his harness, ready to rip.
We need more trolls in the chat. Is that really a thing? We need more trolls in the chat, they say. All right, line's open. Are y'all gonna call or no? Is somebody gonna call? Wait, we did have a missed call. We'll call it right back. Oh.
Sorry, you.
Oh, I tried to call it back. It said we just missed the call right now. Did you make a Birdman video on the tube yet? Yeah, that's been out. Birdman is like 4 years old. Hello. 507.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? What's your name? Where are you from?
Isaac, Minnesota.
Oh no, what's going on, Isaac?
So, here's the deal, Chaz. I'm a little ticked off on a couple of things. I know you really sucked off the Eagle thing, which I think's great. I agree with you. We're on FS1. We're displaying our grand sport that we all know. I mean, everybody in our corner knows it's the best form of motorsports in my opinion, in the world.
Right.
So why are we not putting this $50,000 race on FS1? Second thing, okay, I think Chase and Blake did a lot better job this time around doing on the broadcast, explaining a couple things. They struggled with that, the first race. Well, this time I thought they did a little better. But we get to the feature, and what was our longest green flag session? 6-7 laps?
Yeah.
And they're touting like this is their words, this is the best racing ever. This is the pinnacle of our sport. What a crazy night. This is what people come out to do. Now, we're trying to promote our sport. Is that really a good face saying this is the best we got? Was Eagle last night?
I don't think so. No, it wasn't the best. But that's the that's the hindrance of live racing, right? I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. Obviously, they got to push it. I mean, I think the race at Eagle last night was better than a NASCAR snoozer, but
oh, for sure.
Was it the best that the sport had to offer? Probably not,
I just don't think it was fair to the sport of sprint car racing to tote it as it was the grand poobah of everything was Eagle last night.
You can't control it. Like, it's not like...
Well, I understand that. It's a shit deal. I really wish it would have been 25, 30, whatever it was, green flag laps. You could have seen Brad and Corey duke it out, throw Carson in there, throw whomever. We've seen what Eagle can produce. Look at last, I don't know if it was the spring or the summer, Kofoid and Corey Day's race. I mean, oh my goodness, was that good.
Yeah.
But last night, I wasn't too thrilled with the way we presented our sport. The second thing I have is
the $50K.
What's that?
The money. I thought you were talking about the money.
That's where I'm going. Not specifically just last night, but the whole midweek money series thing in general. So we started with $20,000 to win every single midweek show. Why are they sitting at $12,000 now every midweek race?
I don't know. That's a good question. Like, that was the prerogative for these races and High Limit to raise the stakes, and then it's like everybody got caught up in the Outlaw versus High Limit deal, and now neither one of them's having to raise the stakes anymore. It's kind of funny. I think they're working together on that, honestly. I think they're actually, both of them are using the rivalry to escape from raising their purses and everything now.
Well, it could be a good point. I mean, apparently the only thing anybody cares about is not safety. It's not the finances anymore. But I was kind of thinking, well, okay, you have 12 midweek races. That's $120,000 right there. You think that's partially funding this
glorious charter fund that they're touting is by cutting back on, each race's pay.
I mean, technically, the charter fund is supposed to be coming from flow and series revenue. So technically, it's supposed to
So
be
then
like
what
the
funds
series
each race's
revenue
purse?
through flow.
What funds each race's individual purse? Is that just
I mean,
the
it
track
depends on if
team
it's a
and the
rented.
fans?
It depends on if it's a rented facility or shared show, or a full blown high limit event.
Right.
Some events are rented. Like I would say, probably 80% of the World of Outlaws schedules rented events.
So which events of the Outlaws would you say aren't like rent a ride or whatever you want to call it?
I would say Huset's. There's a few. So anything at Huset's, anything at Knoxville, anything in PA, anything at Eldora, those are the track is paying a sanctioning fee, paying the purse, paying everything, and then getting the full revenue. Tracks like, I don't know, River Cities maybe. But most of your events are the Outlaws renting the facilities and putting on event like Kennedale, for instance. When that situation happened down there, like the city of Kennedale literally pointed out and put in their post how that was a World of Outlaw rented facility event. And a lot of those happen.
Your one-stop shop races are gonna more likely be a rent-a race or whatnot. Not the places we go to 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Well, I know that one track in particular had a World Outlaw event in the recent history, and they switched to a high limit event simply because high limit shares streaming revenue at the tracks if they pay, whereas Dirt Vision apparently doesn't share streaming revenue with the tracks.
Well, I can't say Dirt Vision wouldn't share for. I don't know. That's tough to acknowledge, especially if Dirt Vision's camping out at places like Knoxville, Williams Grove, Cedar Lake, where they have a weekly program. I don't think you could say an outlaw show at those tracks, they're not getting any streaming revenue.
Right. Well, I mean, Knoxville's different. Williams Grove is different because they have contracts with the tracks, to have their weekly races too.
Well, like back to your Kennedale example, they go down there, rent the track, and it might be in the agreement that they're not getting a cut out of the streaming revenue, you're saying?
No, that's 100% not going to happen. But there are tracks that I know that will pay for a show that the reason they went with high limit is because they'll get streaming revenue if they pay for a show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I just, back to the Eagle thing, I just really wish they, and I don't know if on the broadcast they really touted the $50,000 to win Delio. What is that? Is that in May or is that in June?
June.
But I don't think they touted that really that much. I mean, in my opinion, we're on FS1, right? It's king shit. Goody. And a good impression would be saying, hey, we're king shit. We got king shit money, and we're paying our drivers king shit money.
We already kind of highlighted that. Yeah, I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I just hope their next race school is a lot better, and it's a good representation of our sport.
Let's hope so.
Right. All right. Well, that's all I got to say tonight. So have a good night, Chaz.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yep. Bye.
There you had it, Isaiah from Minnesota. I guess we're done with the calls. It's snoozer hour here on a Wednesday night. It's only 11 o'clock. I guess we're going to make a song or a video or something tonight. I'm not sure. But y'all are all done. It looks like y'all are done. No one's calling. Phone lines are down. Donnie shots his eyeballs in here saying he needs to get his eyeballs circumcised. I'm not sure what to say. 970 is calling. Wow. I don't know what that was. We're definitely not answering that number again. But anyway, Chomp, yeah, we might have to make Chomp tonight. I think we're going to close the lines because we do got some extracurricular. Hold on. Hello.
Hello.
916. What's your name? Where are you from?
Greg, Rockland, California.
Oh, no. California. It's early over
fuck.
there.
Yeah, it's kind of early.
Okay, so Rockland, the home of Robert Ballou.
Yeah, Robert's a friend of mine.
What's going on?
Well, the fucking dude that was complaining about the ruts in dirt track, it's at every track. You're not gonna get rid of that shit. Dirt's unpredictable.
Well, but he's talking about Eagle has an actual like divot entering the track in the 1 and 2. Like it's been there for years. It's like a hump.
Well, it's kind of like Placerville having a spring that runs through 3 and 4, and they've had to cancel races for it. I mean, it happens.
Okay.
It's not uncommon. Chico used to cowboy up the same way. It used to be a fucking like a breakneck track, you know.
Right.
So I mean, complaining about it. Everybody's got a race on it. You're gonna miss the hole, or you're gonna fucking hit the hole.
Yeah, I think it's stupid to. I mean, I didn't agree with him. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, they may somehow be able to change it, but I don't think they will because it still races well. I thought it raced well. It just a shitty race for the lead. I thought racing throughout the field was pretty good. I mean, too many wrecks, too much downtime or whatever. That could be negative, but I thought overall the racing itself was good. It does suck that the 2 FS1 races have been somewhat snooze fest at the front and only really decent from 3 through 10. But outside of that, I mean,
yeah, but every race is going to be different. You're going to have shit races and you're going to have really good races. It's just you're going to get what you get. Just kind of like you said, it's a live race,
right?
I mean, you can go to any fucking track. You go to whatever Marysville, Ocean, any track, and it could be good, it could be shit. You know, it could go flag to flag, or you can have 10 fucking cautions.
Right.
You know, it's dirt racing. You know, like I said, it's unpredictable. I mean, I've been around this stuff since the fucking 70s, so it's always been like that.
No, I agree.
You know, other than like, I don't know, I raced at Bakersfield one time and it was like smooth as glass, and it was always smooth as glass. So, but they didn't, I don't know, they just sheet foot the track and water it, and, you know, you run it in and go. But
yeah,
but it's all going to be different.
Somebody did just point out how we had 3 different leaders at Eagle. I mean, it does suck that they were all like slide or die restart changes. It wasn't like there was a race for the lead. I think that's what most people are wanting. But once again, it's unpredictable.
Well,
it's a race.
What would you rather have, slide or die, or just follow the leader? You know, at least somebody's trying to make a fucking pass,
right,
and making it interesting. You know,
right.
You could have your NASCAR shit where it's like, oh fuck, you know, 3 guys go by in a draft or whatever. You know, it's boring as hell.
Right. No,
But
I agree.
At least they were, you know, like you say, slide or die. I was entertained. I watched it. I thought the track was good. It had a hole in it. So fucking what?
Yeah, it's just people
You know,
who want to hate on high
the whole
limit.
made it interesting.
It's just people who want to
I don't
complain
know.
about something.
Right. I'm not a big Kyle Larson fan, but I do like high limit. I like the what was it, the National Sprint Tour, whatever it was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to hate on another one. I'll watch them both. I'll go to both shows.
Right.
When they get together, it's fun to fucking watch. I mean, I think it makes it better. So there's like a AFC, NFC type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
So when they
definitely
do
need
meet
to
at the
define.
Nationals-
They need to define those races better. Like they need to actually, if you want to go forward with it, they need to define those between the 2 series. They need to actually come up with some type of, here's our official match races. You know.
Right. Or do, I don't know, do a crossover points deal between the series, and then you have one big fucking race at the end, you know?
Right, like World Finals or something. And I think high
I
limit
know, like,
high limit fans are going to have a lot to cheer for this week because they're going to Knoxville and it's kind of a match race. I guess you could consider it. Anybody's going to be there. And Rico runs
right.
the good there. Aaron Reitzel has time there. I mean, Courtney goes good at Knoxville.
Courtney
So
does.
yeah, there's going to be a lot of high limit outlaw debate this weekend, and high limit's going to have a fair shot at doing something at Knoxville. So
I think Gio even ran kind of well there too. So
he does, and this is the first time with Spire there. So
right. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind going. I am going to the Nationals this year.
okay,
My brother bought a house right across the street from the track, kind of right behind Dingus.
okay, a lot of
And
people are doing that.
yeah, well, he bought it. I think he bought it like 10 years ago for like 14 grand or something like
Oh
that.
wow,
So,
that's a deal.
and Blue used to, when he ran Knoxville, when they actually had USAC running on the same week as the Knoxville Nationals, so he fitted out of
Oh,
that garage. And
okay, and they had the non-wing deal down at Oskaloosa.
yeah, they had that at Oskaloosa, and which sucks. I kind of wish they would bring that back.
I mean, if non-wing
So,
racing was a little more popular, it could come back. But non-wing racing is just so off the block right now; it's unbelievable.
well, they got to make it popular. You just can't, sit on your hands.
Right.
You have to do something about it. You just can't go, okay, we're going to show up and race and have very little promotion or driver promotion or anything like
Right.
that.
Loud Pedal made
And
them
and
so popular 10 years ago, and then that went away and just like over. Weird.
right. And I think, what was that other guy? What
Jack
was it? Was it like
Slash
Bubba the
was
Love Sponge or something?
Jack Slash was over there doing stuff. Loud Pedal. I mean, yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge, wasn't that his name?
I think it was Jack Slash is who you're thinking about.
Maybe it was.
But
Whoever it was that was teamed up with like Hulk Hogan and Gene Lasker or something like that.
yeah,
in
that was
Florida, wasn't
Bubba. Sorry, yeah, that was Bubba. Yep.
it? Yeah. He used to promote it. But if they're not going to promote it, it's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
It's just, I mean, the racing was good. I mean, I think the last time they ran it, I don't know what year it was. It might have been like 2016 or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean that Corn Belt Clash or whatever they have USAC at Knoxville every year is pretty good. It's just no one cares about non-wing anymore. I did see how Indiana Speed Week apparently is going to pay a minimum of $10,000 at every one of the races this year. That's a step in the right direction, but it's like you need to
Right. Yeah, their pay is shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe not shit, but it's not winged sprint car pay.
No.
Yeah, it's fucking. But I kind of wish Blue would go fucking wing racing again.
It does take a lot more money. It does. And I'm not sure if he has that kind of money, and it does take a skill set that's different, especially on the bigger tracks. The short tracks, you can get away with it, but the bigger tracks, you got to almost hone that craft.
Yeah, he was good at Placerville and shit like that when he ran the wing, but I haven't really seen him run on a big track.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've seen him at the shorter tracks, but that's about it.
Now, on a non-wing car on a big track, he's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, once again, different skill set though, completely.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, it is. Fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna fucking say, dude. I had too many drinks.
You're good. You're good. We should just close it down anyway. Make a new song.
Yeah. Yeah, make a new song. I'll go write one too. Fuck it.
Oh no. All righty.
I've been playing music for 30 fucking years. So.
Oh, really? What style?
Yeah. So my main style is metal, but I was in a southern rock band called the Elusive Furs. And some punk and some blues projects, stuff like that, but it's just mainly metal.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna go country. I'm kind of over the metal shit.
The Chomp. Everybody wants a Chomp song. I have this one beat. It's like punk rock. I almost went punk rock for the Chomp song. I think I might do that actually.
Well,
That's the
maybe
one
I'll go.
genre I
my
don't
studio
have
set up
out
in
right
my
now. I
bedroom.
mean, I got like blues rock, I got rap, I got country, I got like pop rock. I don't have a punk song out. I mean, I want to be able to hit all the genres.
All right, give me like 4 days, and I'll send you something in an email.
No, hold on. I'm gonna have to do a punk rock version of the Chomp now. I'm gonna get kicked
That's what
out
I'm
the
saying.
hotel.
I'll write a punk rock song. And you
I
can
have
put
to
your
do it
cover.
tonight. I only got 2 more days in the hotel, so I have a beat already. I have the instrumental. It's just gonna be I haven't done a punk rock song, so I may have to do this now.
We'll fucking get her done.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
get her done. I'll let you get to it. I'll be the first fucking critic.
I'll text you. I'll text you. I'll give you like a preview and be like, hey, should I post this or abort?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
No, do it.
We will.
Yeah, I'll send you something I've done.
Okay.
Have a good night, man.
Alrighty.
All right, later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it. We are going to attempt Chomp tonight. We're gonna. How about that? We're done with the calls. We're chomping it. We're gonna chomp it. We're gonna go punk rock tonight with the Chomp. Tomorrow night, if we're here, because they're trying to get us to go to Eagle, I guess there's some go-kart practice session. We are going to attempt Chomp tonight in the style of punk rock. This could be interesting. Here, I'll give you a little preview of the beat, and the beat actually comes from PA. This is scary, actually. It does come from PA. This beat we got. It was sent to us as, hey, if you want to use any of our stuff, here, just use these beats, and you could use it however you want. Hold on, let me see if I can find it right here. This is the beat for the punk rock song, and it's from the Chuck Duke Hart collection, which is a PA sprint car fan. Here is a preview of the beat that we are going to make Chomp off of. It's going to be a punk rock song called Chomp. This is the beat. Listen to it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm giving y'all a preview of Chomp right here live on the show. Oh my God, it's actually happening. Chomp! I can work with that. I think I can work with that. Bring it to the jump. Hey, I like that. That sounds good. Bring it to the jump. That's a little preview. We're going to do it. What's the chat say? 1997, here we go. Oh, no. We got to bring it back, and we're going to bring it some way, huh? Oh, no. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We are going to get into the Chomp mode. Chomp is coming. Chomp is on the way. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe. We will catch y'all next time. On the show. It'll probably be tomorrow night with Chomp. Hold on, we gotta have the song on the way out. We'll give you the song on the way out. Here we go. On the way out. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. We'll be here tomorrow. It's coming. Bring it to the jump.